Hi everybody, this is Mrs. Stoll, and I want to introduce to you a program called Kaleidoscope Painter. If you do a search for Kaleidoscope Maker, Kaleidoscope Painter, this is probably the first one that will come up, although I have a link in the assignment in Schoology, so you can find the link to this very easily on our Schoology page. But we want to make a radial design, and I want to show you how to do it pretty easily with this. So you're going to open it up and it says, click to drag around to begin painting. So don't worry about the words. Down at the bottom, there's all of these choices for backgrounds. If you want, you can take a minute to kind of play around with one and just see what it does. You get the idea. You put your mouse down or the finger tapping and you'll get a design. However, I want you to make up your own. I don't want you to rely on one of these. So that's what I want to show you today. Go ahead and play with this for fun and see how it works, because there's different brush sizes. You can do thin, you can do thick. But for your final one, and you can save these, but your final one, you need to come up with your own design. So I'm going to press clear. And right now the background is black, but you can change it to something else. You can do that at any time. So the one that you want to use is this one right over here. This is the color selection. So you're going to get to choose your own color. So you want to think of colors that would look good together. Maybe all bright, maybe all cool colors, all warm, maybe what are called opposite colors or complementary colors that you may have learned about in fourth grade, like say green and reds or, blues and oranges. So I'm going to pick, maybe I will do a complementary scheme. I'll do orange for a starting one. And I'm just going to start putting down my mouse and see what happens. Once I have something, then I can add other things to it. So now I'm going to try, let me see, a blue here. And I might increase the size of my brush. I'm dragging it along here. And here go, kind of go like this. Oop. And if you end up not liking these, remember, you can just press clear and start over again. Unfortunately, there is not a back button, so you just have to live with it or start over. And you can always try to cover it up as well. If I really wanted to cover something up, I could actually choose the color black. And let's say, I wanted more of this here. Let's say I could go around there. Now it looks like it's a completely separate line. And I just want to keep choosing colors until I get what I want. Keep adding things. I could experiment with, super thick, and then maybe even layering something on top. So maybe I'll choose something to go on top of that. Now maybe a thin line to go on top of it. A little something in the center. And when you're happy with it, then you go ahead and you press Save Image. Now I've saved one version of it. Maybe you're thinking, what if I want to add a little more to it? I could do that too. I could add more things to it and do another save. And save again and have several versions of it and then decide which one I like the best. But when you get the one you want, I'm going to go over here to a Google Draw. And now we're going to do part 2 of the project, because there's part 1 is making a kaleidoscope drawing, making radial symmetry. The second part is adding a design around it. And I want to make this a perfect square for mine. So I'm going to go up to File, Page Setup, and right now it's on standard 4x3. I'm going to go to Custom. And I usually make it 10 by 10 just because I already have a 10 here. It's easy to change this. And we want to have room for that other drawing to be able to pop in on top of it. So I'm going to apply that. And now I'm going to import the thing I just downloaded. So I'm going to go to Insert, Image, Upload from Computer. And now here's a whole bunch of designs I made. And I actually like one of these I made earlier this evening better. So I think I'm going to go with that one. And I'll open that one up. And now right now it's not in the center. But you might remember, as long as it's selected, there is a tool that can center it. I'm going to go up to Arrange, Center on Page. I'll do both horizontally and vertically. There we go. So now it's centered. So now I need to decide what I want to do for the space around it, because I want to extend maybe some of my lines, extend the designs. I want to come up with a design that goes with the design in the middle that I made. So it's like a 2-part project. So first I want to decide maybe what background color I want to make. I could choose black and then it will look like it's kind of going off the edge. So I'm going to right click, click background, and I might just go with black. Now it just looks like it's going off the edge, and I could actually say extend these lines. I could take the curve tool and I could, have the lines extend out beyond here. I could make shapes that connect it. And it looks like it's just part of the same thing. Try to choose similar colors. Or I could go a different direction. Let's see, I'm going to go to the background. Maybe I'll go with, let's see, there's kind of this sort of green in it. That's very close. I could maybe even go ahead and do a custom version of it that's maybe slightly more bluish. And try that. That kind of looks like it goes with it. And now maybe I could add some, I think I'll leave this one for my background. Now I'm going to add some shapes around the border. I could add like a circle here. Maybe I'm going to try to line it up. Maybe I'll put a circle in each corner. And right now it's kind of like that light blue that just pops up automatically, but I think I'm going to make it the same color as the background. And once I have one, I want to make it symmetrical, remember, because we're doing radial symmetry. So I'm going to copy and paste. That way I can have 4 versions of it. So I'm going to copy, paste, and I can just drag it into position and actually see these red lines that pop up. This will kind of tell me that it's centered that way. There we go. So I've got it centered. Make sure it's centered this way. And I'll just keep pasting. Here's another one. Oh, there we go. I got it lined up with that one. And finally, oh, you see how those red lines came together? That's telling me it's totally lined up. And I could experiment with lines. I could try a straight line. I could try a curved line. I'll just try a straight line and see, maybe get that off of the selector tool here. And maybe just, draw it out to the edge, see what happens. I could make that thicker because remember you can play with the line thickness. Not quite. Now, you know what? I'm going to make this white like the line, like it's maybe, extended out. There we go. And now that looks like it's part of this. And I could even copy this too. I can copy, paste, and now I can turn it. So first here, I'll just do the easy one. I'll go over here and then drag it to position a little bit. There we go. And paste again. Now, because I need to go vertically with this, I can actually make it completely vertical and then put it to position. One more. And that's how I can go ahead and make my radial design. So I've done it partially on the Kaleidoscope Maker and partly with my Google Draw skills. So that is our radial symmetry project. And you'll see some finished examples too in the assignment folder in Schoology. Thanks, everyone.